Hello and welcome back to the Rekt Capital channel, and welcome to today's video update about Bitcoin and a few interesting altcoins in the space. But I'd really want to start this episode by thanking you guys. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. We're almost 3,000 subscribers strong. That's fantastic news. Really happy that you guys are enjoying the content. Thank you for your support. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for commenting. Really appreciate the support, and it's a great time to celebrate. We have to celebrate almost 3,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and this is a tweet that I posted that I'm giving away 4 risk management courses for free. And of course it was 5 a few days ago, but I've already given 1 course away for free already. And this giveaway is of the cryptocurrency risk management course. It is $150 usually, and it's jam-packed with so much value. I really strive to offer you guys valuable content, and I'm really happy that I can be giving this risk management course away for free. 4 courses on how you can time your exposure to altcoins for maximum profitability, how to predict when to sell altcoins on time before Bitcoin moves, when to de-risk from altcoins to protect your capital and altcoin profits, and when to risk on to make the most of the market. And there's so much more where that came from. It's a very comprehensive course when it comes to risk management, and this giveaway is made possible by the world's leading social trading platform, eToro. And to participate in the giveaway, you have to be a US resident, but if you follow these instructions step by step, I'll be able to give you the risk management course for free. 4 of those courses are going to you guys, so make the most of this offer. It's great to be celebrating with you guys, 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, and what better way to celebrate with some free valuable content. But let's dive right into the video. I'm super excited about the giveaway and about 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Really appreciate you guys, so make the most of the free courses. But let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's dive right into today's video. You can see that the long-standing trend lines dating all the way to mid-December 2017, they're still continuing to figure as a strong resistance, and most notably this red trend line right over here. So this is a significant point of rejection, but by the same token, this blue trend line over here is a significant point of reaction. We're seeing a lot of buyers still stepping in, buying the dip whenever Bitcoin retraces a little bit. So you're seeing that people are still very much happy to be buying Bitcoin at higher and higher prices. So the buy the dip mentality is still very real. It is still very much strong, but we have to bear in mind that we are very much in a unsustainable narrow range for Bitcoin's price action, and this sort of price compression tends to lead to strong moves to the upside or to the downside. It's very difficult to predict what sort of directional bias to take on here when it comes to price compression, but the fact is that there is a lot of volatility that is yet to come, and this narrow range of price compression is going to resolve itself because this is an unsustainable price predicament for Bitcoin. It's been like this for a while, and if it can't confirm a breakout past this red trend line, then it's not going to be a bullish case. We really need to see a confirmation past this point, because until then it's a safer bet to just be bearish on Bitcoin from this point, because if we can't break past this point, then this is going to be acting as a point of rejection. So we really need to see how Bitcoin is still going to cope at these highs, how it's going to continue to just hang about here. We really need that confirmation past that red level in order to continue to the upside. And here's an alternative chart just to give you guys a bit more substance, a different view perhaps, just to give you guys a little bit more understanding as to what's going on. So last week I was talking about this particular chart, this monthly range of 9,300 to 7,770. We're obviously above the range high, so we're keeping this level as a support. So that was very important to get that weekly close above here, and that's a fantastic development because of course we got a long downward wick to the downside, dipping into that pool of liquidity, dipping into those lower buy orders, which got triggered and promoted a cascading buy side pressure, allowing for price to just close above on the weekly above this range high. So a lot of those buyers who are buying the dip really got rewarded for that risk-taking approach, buying the dip. And the fact that we got this weekly candle close above here and also dipped into that liquidity, this candle is still looking good above the range high support. And we were talking about this last week, that if we just close above here, that's all well and dandy. If we close above here, that's even better. But if we just close here, we're just going to be sandwiched in this range. So just harkening back to what I mentioned earlier, we are going to be in an unsustainable range right now. We're seeing price compression occur within this narrow range of 9,300 to 9,650, a $300 really narrow range, and we need to see price resolve itself in some sort of way. So it's very important to just see how we're going to be weekly closing from here, because if we weekly close above 9,650, that's a positive sign for some uptrend continuation, even towards this supply zone over here. But as long as we close below 9,650, then we're probably going to see some downside. So in fact, what we could be seeing in this candle this week is we could be seeing a relief rally just dipping into this pool of liquidity below, but a relief rally just to turn this level into resistance before actually rejecting it and returning towards the range high for another test before potentially even breaking down from it. So that's how I'm viewing Bitcoin going forward. This could be a relief rally just to test this level into a new resistance before rejecting it. So a weekly close above 9,650 is very important for us to maintain that bullish stance, because if we can't close above here on the weekly, we'll probably have to think about rejecting from here, which ties in with the previous chart as well, because we're hanging at these highs and that's not an unsustainable price predicament for Bitcoin to be in. So that's the weekly perspective. That's the more macro view. In terms of the daily view, you can see that this sort of flagging structure is currently being retested at the moment. So you saw here from this trend line we were rejecting, ultimately holding the range high, and now we're breaking past this diagonal once again, retesting it as a support, and we could be on our way to testing this level as a resistance in the short term. So I spoke about the short term fluctuations for Bitcoin, the macro weekly fluctuations for Bitcoin, and what we could potentially expect. This is the market dominance for Bitcoin. Bitcoin market dominance. We rebounded from the macro triangle, and that wasn't a very good sign for altcoins, and in fact they saw a lot of depletion in valuations, but now we're actually seeing a pullback in Bitcoin dominance. So in fact altcoins could potentially rally as well, but what I want to just focus on is this could be a curling up in the Bitcoin dominance, and that would be a bad thing for altcoins if Bitcoin dominance rallies towards this red rejection zone. Of course, there is still a bit more room. If we do break down from here, we could see a little bit more additional dropping in Bitcoin dominance, which would be good for altcoins just to see Bitcoin dominance retest this orange trend line, which is essentially the weekly trend line right over here. The black trend line is the daily trend line, but this orange level is the weekly trend line. So if we break down from here, that's not necessarily overly bullish. It is bullish for altcoins, but there is limited upside for altcoins still to enjoy, especially since we're already in mid-June and there are only a couple more weeks left in the altcoin hype cycle. But let's dive into the altcoin part of this video. Stratus BTC has had a fantastic recovery, and the way to think about Stratus is that there is a lot of FOMO going on right now, and there is also a lot of resistance in the meantime as well. So these black levels are essentially the weekly resistances for Stratus, and we're probably going to see a pullback from this point. But how deep a pullback will that be? Well, it's too soon to be talking about weekly closes, so as far as this level is what I'd be expecting. 4,600 right over here is what I'd consider to be a very healthy retrace for Stratus, and if we start to see rejection from this level, then we're probably going to see a return to this green region right over here, and that's where I'd like to see some support. But of course, if Stratus manages to maintain its highs at these regions right over here, then we could see a support test over here to rally further, or even a support test over here to rally further. Whatever the case may be, I'll still be monitoring this, but ultimately if we see a breakdown from this region, these price highs, which would be healthy, I'd be looking for this level right over here. And talking about Chillz, this has been a trade that I've been talking to you guys for a while now. It's a swing trade that I started talking about when price was in this green area right over here. This is the bottom of the triangle, the macro triangle, and Chillz has managed to wick all the way back to the red triangle right over here. And yesterday in a tweet I spoke about how we're probably seeing a retest attempt of this blue diagonal, and in fact we managed to see that retest attempt. It wasn't picture perfect, of course, a bit of front running right over here, but the main thing to bear in mind is that we managed to return to the red diagonal, and that's about it for that swing trade from the bottom of this triangle to the top. 37%, fantastic swing. And even though the swing trade might be complete, what I'm also going to be looking for is a potential FOMO Wick. So this would be a high risk volatile trade to take, a FOMO Wick to trade that fake breakout past this resistance. That would be a very volatile, very exuberant rally past this level, but ultimately without confirmation. So it could end up as a wick, because of course, if we actually see confirmation past this level, then we'd see a new trend for Chillz, and we could become more bullish on that new trend emerging. But until then, I'm expecting some FOMO wicks without confirmation, so we might see something like this or something like this. That's something I'm going to be watching out for, and if we get that FOMO wick, I'll consider taking a trade for a high risk volatile FOMO wick play before eventually probably getting stopped out on the trading stop loss, whatever the case may be. Let's see how this FOMO wick pans out, but overall, this intra-pattern swing trade has already taken place. Fantastic move from Chillz already. Quark Chain is another one that I was looking at over the past few days. This was essentially a very nice triangle, a nice flagging structure here on its price action, and since then it's broken out, retested the top of this triangle, and now it wants to move a little bit higher. So I'd like to see this sort of retest continue to maintain itself above the structure, and we'll probably see continuation from Quark Chain in the short term. But I'm also watching Lunar after an extended rally in the form of a FOMO wick as well. This was a very nice exuberant rally, and now we're just seeing a retrace, and this retrace has taken the shape of a downtrending channel. So I'm going to be watching for this dotted blue diagonal just to break, confirm itself, and continue for an additional rally towards the upside. So this would be the uptrend. This would be the retrace in a contained environment, that is this downtrending channel, before confirming a breakout into yet again resuming its nice uptrend towards the upside. Those are the few altcoins that I'm watching for at the moment, but that's about it for today's video. Thank you so much guys for watching today. I really appreciate your support on the channel. I really enjoy producing this content for you guys on a regular basis, so feel free to make the most of the giveaway. 4 risk management courses are going to you guys, so make the most, because there is a great reason to celebrate, and that's 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching today. I'm Rekt Capital, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Speak soon.